After months of protests and cries for justice by India's top wrestlers against the Wrestling Federation chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, the government has finally decided to meet the wrestlers and listen to their demands. Medal-winning wrestlers Bajrang, Punia and Sakshi Malik have met with Sports Minister Anurag Thakur today after a late-night invitation for talks from the minister. Anurag Thakur tweeted about it on Tuesday night. This comes close on the heels of the wrestlers meeting with Home Minister Amit Shah on this issue. The wrestlers have made it abundantly clear that they're not satisfied with the government's response. They have primarily placed three demands before the Sports Minister: arrest Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh and conduct an impartial investigation against him, clean up the sport of wrestling in India and conduct fair elections to fill up the posts at the wrestling body. 7 women wrestlers, including a minor, have accused the Wrestling Federation chief and 6-time BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh of sexual harassment. In 2 FIRs, Singh has been accused of touching women athletes inappropriately on the pretext of checking their breath, groping them, asking them inappropriate personal questions and brazenly demanding sexual favors from them. He also faces a case under the stringent POCSO Act. According to reports, the Delhi police have questioned Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh on 2 occasions and recorded the statements of some Wrestling Federation members as well as some staff members at Brij Bhushan Singh's residence. There has been massive outrage over the Delhi police's handling of this entire case. For the longest time, the Delhi police had even refused to register an FIR against the accused. It took the intervention of India's Supreme Court to get the police to finally lodge official cases against Brij Bhushan Singh. Ordinarily, in a POCSO case, that's Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, it doesn't take the police long to arrest the accused. Yet, Brij Bhushan Singh roams free, publicly intimidating the wrestlers, making vicious personal attacks on his accusers, accusing them of maligning his image for political reasons. These are some of the country's medal-winning athletes and Olympic champions. We've witnessed the heartbreaking images of these national heroes being roughed up, dragged on the streets, pinned to the ground by the Delhi police during a protest march in the heart of India's national capital. Questions have been asked about why the police have been dragging their feet in this case and treating this man with kid gloves. The big question now is, will Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh finally be arrested? Will the government and the Delhi police crack the whip at last? Will India's wrestlers get justice? Remember, the credibility of the country's justice delivery system itself is at stake. Are you hopeful now that the government seems to be changing its stance, seems to be showing some degree of flexibility and has at least invited the wrestlers for talks? We are told that Bajrang Punia received a call from Home Minister Amit Shah last night. Then, of course, there was a tweet put out by Sports Minister Anurag Thakur. Today, he has met with Bajrang Punia and Sakshi Malik. Do you believe that perhaps finally, the police will crack the whip on Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who they've obviously treated with kid gloves so far?
It's too late, I think. These are the 7 women wrestlers. They made nation proud globally. They were sitting protesting on the Jantar Martar at 40 degree of temperature. What the police did? Dragged them, beaten them. Why the FIR not lodged? If they were just accused WFI chief for the sexual harassment. After the Nirbhaya Justice Verma Committee constituted, and we have a strong law in which he should be arrested. POCSO came in Act in 2013 to protect our children from sexual harassment. Question is this, the why FIR not lodged? Why the highest court of land had to intervene to get it registered? What about the common man? They are the strong bitias, our bitias. They struggled so hard to get the FIR registered. What about the common man? First, the accountability should be fixed on the police institutions. Why they have not lodged the FIR? Who was behind it? They are taking the head on to very strong man, that is Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. But when we say that nobody is above the law, so naturally this is so painful when we saw these wrestlers were going to throw their medals in Ganga, Imagine their pain, their agony, they were going through it. So I think that it is too late, but I still think that if they Home Minister is going to talk to them and some solution come but this man must be arrested because the sexual harassment against the women cannot be justified. You cannot give him time. He is buying time. When you delay the investigation, you delay in filing the FIR, what happens? These powerful men get away, you know. So I think after Justice Verma committee, we have a strong law. Why this law has not been implemented here properly? Why do we fight? We women struggle to get the law made for that day. They are still, our betis are struggling. Imagine, they are pride. They made nation proud. Again, I will say globally. And the World Wrestling Federation also intervened, stepped in and said, take the action. The whole nation, the whole world is watching. Why no step has been taken against this man? Arrest him, start the investigation. Let the result of the investigation come. If he is not involved, he will be free. So why so much delay and so much protection? Why we take women as a commodity? Why the crime against the women is not taken seriously? Question is this.
Ashish Pandey, a lot of outrage has been expressed over the manner in which the Delhi police have handled this case. They refused to even register an FIR initially. The Supreme Court had to intervene. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh continues as the Wrestling Federation chief. Of course, that action needed to come from the Sports Ministry and the IOA. But that apart, he faces 2 FIRs and charges under the serious POCSO Act. Ordinarily, any accused under the POCSO Act would have been arrested a long time ago. But the Delhi police took the longest time to even interrogate him. Only yesterday, we learned from our sources that Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has finally been interrogated twice. There is still no arrest in sight. The question is really, doesn't this raise a lot of questions about the seriousness and the credibility of the Delhi police here and the manner in which they have handled the case so far?
Yeah, you're right. Up to a certain extent, you are absolutely right. See, what has happened in this matter? There are 2 angles to this particular, debate which is going on around this racial protest and concerned crime. One is political and one is legal. I'll not get into the political debate, but from legal point of view, let me tell you, because the allegation was that a cognizance offense was committed. So the law says that if the offense is of cognizable nature, the police has to act. And this is most unfortunate that despite there being an allegation of cognizable offense, no action was taken by the Delhi police. But now you see there is another side of the story, because this is a criminal matter, not a civil matter. And in this matter, technically the complainants, the actual complainants, those who were the victims of the crime, should have come forward to get the complaint lodged, but that was not the case in this matter. Unfortunately, the entire episode took a political turn, and there were demonstrations, hesitations, and dharna, pradarshan, everything was there. But that is not the usual course of action when a criminal matter is there. There is a legal recourse which was available to the complainants, wrestlers. 156 complaint could have been filed in the competent court for the lodging of FIR if the police was not following the law. But that did not take place, and somehow the entire matter became political. And then this POSCO angle came, and you see, this is absolutely right. If the allegation is somehow meeting the criteria given in POSCO Act, then action should have been taken at the earliest. But in this matter, you see, there is, legally speaking, there is a short period when the complaint is made, and then after that arrest is made. There is a short period in between both these processes. That is a very preliminary investigation. And somehow in this matter, what has happened, that now what we are hearing, that the complainant was not minor at the time of this incident. So a second statement has been recorded. This is hearsay, because this is what I have read in media, that the second statement has been made before the magistrate under 164 CRPC. So all these things, you see, at the one hand, police has not been acting diligently. On the other hand, the complainant side is also not very, they are not going by the law. So in this situation, for the ordinary people, for rest of us, it becomes very confusing that what is going on. Then this is the current status. And recent developments, we are hopeful that even if the POSCO is gone, but the sections under IPC are still applicable. And if there has been interrogation of Mr. Brij Bhushan Singh, and he is being found, he has committed the crime, there is initial evidence against him, then he should be arrested, because these are non-bailable offenses. So if he has to be not behind the bar, he has to seek the bail from the court. So let's see how this matter evolves. But right now, the status is of confusion because no one is following the law.